Now that the Galaxy S8 is out, so are lots of its accessories, such as Samsung DeX. So today we're going to be taking a look at what's in the box and what exactly DeX is. So here we have the DeX Station from Samsung, the new desktop sort of dock for the Galaxy S8. PC productivity experience, easy and convenient portability. So in the box we have the DeX Station and the quick start guide. The ports available on this dock, as you can see, are USB 2.0, a second USB 2.0 port, Ethernet, that's only 100 meg, HDMI 1.2. So actually no, I think it might be 2.0 actually, because it can output up to 4K monitors, and USB-C Type-C for power. So let's have a look. You can see on the side 100 meg Ethernet and 2 USB ports and UHD 4K. Nothing on the other side. So I've already taken the tip off because I've already had a quick look just to make sure everything's okay with the DeX device. So if we take a look, open up the box, you can see here we have the actual DeX Station itself. Underneath that is the quick start guide. We don't need that, so let's put that aside. So let's go ahead and peel the cellophane off. That's always a gorgeous geeky thing to do. And there's some more on the bottom, so let's just do that. Where is the thing? There. Come on. There we go. Nice little rubber base to stop it slipping. There's also a rubber bit on the Ethernet. So you can see there we've got the 2 USB 2 ports, 100 meg Ethernet, HDMI, and the USB-C for power. So here, what you can see here is almost like vents, and this is because this actually houses a cooling fan in. So if we slide this up, you can see it reveals the USB-C port in there, and if you look on the back, the vents are actually for cooling fans to keep your device nice and cool when it's in the desktop mode, just to stop it overheating. Of course, obviously, as it's charging up as well, it's also going to increase heat on the battery. So why don't we go ahead and get this thing set up. So I've just got my DeX set up here of this TV here. I've got it all connected for HDMI, USB keyboard and mouse right here. And I've got the phone. I've had to take it out of the case in order to do this. A little bit annoying, but oh well. Then in theory, all I need to do is just pop this in there. I'm not going to unlock it. Let's see what it does, shall we? I need to just find the connector. There we go. Phone goes off. What's happening now? Ah, there we go. Welcome to Samsung DeX. Oh, it's gone to screen mirroring. Swipe up. I can use my biometrics. And I'll just use my fingerprint on the really well placed sensor. There we go. There we go. To start Samsung DeX on your phone to start. Or you can switch to screen mirroring. I don't want screen mirroring. That's cool though that you can do screen mirroring through HDMI over this though. Start Samsung DeX. Phone goes off. Screen comes up with the Samsung logo and then the DeX logo. Here we go. Unfortunately, I can't copy this from a capture card as I originally intended, since they've disabled it over HDCP for copyright reasons, which is fair enough, which is why I've had to do with a quick little makeshift setup with the TV here. See your notifications at a glance. Your notifications will appear in the bottom right of the screen, where you'll also find your quick settings. Expand or collapse the menus on the status bar to show more notifications and settings. Okay, next. You will find all of your open apps neatly lined up on the taskbar, so you can quickly switch between them. When launching Terminator Samsung DeX, your foreground and background apps will be closed, with some exceptions. Oh, okay. If your system configuration has changed, Samsung DeX, some applications may become paid apps depending on their license policies. If you change the sound settings to Samsung DeX, it will be reflected in mobile device settings, but some configurations may not be supported. Samsung DeX only supports Full HD resolution, so some high resolution content may look a little different. Interesting, it advertises 4K on the box, but only actually supports Full HD resolution. Maybe that just means it's capable of pushing to 4K TVs, but still through 1080p. I think that's probably what it means. You can probably still watch 4K content though, just obviously scaled down. If the external display does not support the HDCP, the Samsung DeX cannot be displayed. That's probably why my capture card then doesn't work. In order to offer optimized applications Samsung DeX, some information may be updated via the server, only available via Wi-Fi. I've got no Ethernet connected by the way, it's just using the Wi-Fi on the phone. If the device is not charging when using Samsung DeX, the battery usage time will be reduced compared to typical mobile device usage. So it looks like you can probably use this without plugging it into power, but obviously the battery is going to get drained pretty quickly, I would imagine. Reasonably quickly. But I've got it plugged into power anyway. So let's kick start. Make sure all four corners fit at the screen. Yep, they do. And here we go. We are in the Samsung DeX style desktop interface. So I'm going to see if I can get closer up to this from the camera, and then we'll go in a little experience of it. Okay, so I've been able to position the camera in front of the screen. So if you can't see the screen exactly, I'm doing the best with what I've got camera wise. I've tried just experimenting quickly with the gain and exposure of this of Logitech webcam just to see if I can get it to look a bit better, but this is probably the best I'm going to get it. It's good enough for a demonstration. So I've got here Google down at the taskbar, which must have been an app that was open on my phone. Oh, I've got the Google Assistant. There we go. Would you look at that? I wonder if we've got sound actually. Let me turn the audio up on this TV and then see if we can get it. Okay, Google. What's the weather like today? Okay. So the output came through the phone. So if we go to audio output, display device. There we go. If we try it again, what's the weather like today?
It will be mostly cloudy with a forecasted high of 16 and a low of 6 degrees Celsius. Right now it's 16 and partly cloudy.
Hopefully you guys heard that okay. So we can do all sorts of here. We can got access to the full Google Assistant like normal. So let's ask it a question. Okay, Google. How tall is the Empire State Building?
81 meters, 443 meters to tip.
So it seems to just cut off the first bit of the audio for some reason, like it kind of disables the audio whilst it's not saying anything. That may just be this particular TV or something, but that seems a little odd, but okay. So we've got access to the full Android settings, as you can see down here. So I've got Wi-Fi, sound, I can turn the flashlight on and off, not that it's going to do anything because the phone's in the dock. Mobile hotspot, the full Samsung settings all down there, Android settings. I've got quick access to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that sort of stuff down here, so I can see I've got my additional Wi-Fi connection there. I've got my cell service, my battery level. I can take a screenshot, mute it, change the keyboard layout. I've got Android system. Oh, these must be notifications, I think. Yeah, those are the notifications. Cool. And then I've got the full notifications there. So if I get rid of that, it collapses it all, which is a lot better. There we go. So this seems very sort of Windows 10 like. I've got the camera here as well. Let's see if we can open that up. Wow. So there's the back of it. If we swipe up to get to me. Hello. You see there's the camera like normal, and I can take pictures like normal. There we go. So what this does is this runs all Android apps in a windowed state. So it will, some apps like Microsoft Office, which Samsung got a partnership with, are optimized for DeX, will be continued to be optimized for DeX. Whereas most apps will run in their tablet version if they haven't got a DeX optimized version, and if they don't have a tablet version, then they'll run in the phone version. So if we go to files here, I've got a file manager, and you can see there I've got access to let's just say some documents, some videos. Let's have a look at some videos I've got on here. So there you go. Let's take a look at this, for example. There's a video of my cat here, and you can see there you go. We've got the audio playing as well, which I'll just stop. There we go. So you can see there I've got access to the full file manager. I've even got Google Drive and Samsung Cloud if I wanted to through this. I've got all my SD card stuff there, which is really cool. Have I got anything movie wise on here in terms of videos? Not anything that's copyright free. There we go. So internet, we've got the Samsung internet browser, which of course is optimized for DeX. Access bookmarks anywhere. Yep. Yep. Sure. Wow. Okay. So these must be all the tabs I had open on my phone. So we'll just close all those tabs, and we'll go to new tab, and then we can go to Google, and then we'll get the desktop version of the website since we're running in here. Well, we've got access to pretty much any website you want. So, for example, let's go to something like Android Authority. There we go, Android Authority. We'll search Google for that just to show you what it's like, and then we'll go to the Android Authority website. And here we go. When the camera decides to focus in, sorry about that. There we go. It just runs the sort of desktop version of the website. As you can see, we can full screen this. There we go. So we've got access to the full website. Let's go to something like I don't know. Let's go to BBC News, since that's just a nice little demo to show as well. I don't know what's happening in the news, but here we go. You see, we've got the desktop version of the website. We can also go to actually Chrome as well, since we have access here through the Start menu down here, the Application menu. We've got access to every single Android app on the phone. Of course, there may be some apps that may deliberately block DeX, but as far as I know, nothing like that has happened yet. So let's take a look at what Chrome looks like on here. Okay, so we get Chrome. There we go. There's a web page I had up earlier. If we just go to we've got Google there. Let's, for example, go to I don't know, the IKEA website. Here we go. Take me to IKEA UK, and then we've just got, there we go. We have desktop version of the website. Brilliant. Look at that. It runs Chrome in a window really nicely. We've got access to emails as well, gallery. So again, you've got all the photos and videos on there as well. Settings. This is just your standard phone settings. Although we have Samsung DeX settings. Wallpapers, eh? Wow, would you look at that? So we can change the wallpaper if you want. Set a Samsung DeX wallpaper. We'll set it as the home screen. Look at that, and then we'll just go to that, and there we go. There's our wallpaper, nice and changed. So virtual keyboard, we're going to want that. Pointer speed, screen timeout. Let's take a look at some of the. You've got an app switcher here, which is similar to the Windows one. You can also use Alt Tab, so keyboard shortcuts work as well. The Start menu button opens up the Application menu. Let's take a look at this. Is the home button down there. Apps for DeX. Okay, let's see what DeX apps they've got. They've got Office, of course, Skype, TripAdvisor, eBay, ES File Explorer, which is interesting. Let's open that up then and see what that looks like in DeX. Okay, so it looks like the phone version here. Interesting why they said it was optimized. But if we go to something like this, you can see that I can just make it any size I want, as if it was on Windows, like that. And let's take a look at something like Microsoft Word. So if I just go down to Word, I'll show you one after this as well, and then we'll call it a wrap. And then, for example, here, what we'll do is blank document. In fact, what we'll actually do is we'll create a new template. So let's just create something like this picture here, research paper. Here we go, template. We've got Word here, and there you go. You can see here that we've got. Can we zoom out of this? 100%. Oh, it is 100%. Control scroll zooms, and then we've got access to full-on Word. So you can see here, title of the document, how otters are cool. We'll just call it that. By me. There we go. Come on, camera, focus, please. There we go. And we've got access to full-on Word there. One last thing I want to show you is we'll take a look at YouTube to see what that's like. And then we'll watch, let's see, what video can we watch? If we go to my own channel, and then that way I won't get in trouble for any videos. And then let's just take, there we go, here's a video of me and Charlie playing H1Z1. The quality's a bit low, although you can't see that, that's just my internet. But yeah, we've got full access to that. Audio and everything. But yeah, so you can see that, and if we full screen that, there we go. We are just watching YouTube videos. Oh, hello, there we go. there we go. So yeah, I wonder if a escape also brings us out of that. Something like play movies would be quite good in that. Not that I've got anything I can show you, of course, but for example, we could play Rogue One if we wanted to. So I think that's about it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Samsung DeX, an unboxing, sort of initial impressions and sort of startup, if you like. Really impressed with it. I've yet to actually fully use it. I might try and do them at work, for example. I'm a web designer, so I might bring it in and see if I can go a full work day just from using Samsung DeX or something like that. One other thing I'll mention quickly, any calls or texts you receive, you will get in the bottom right here, and you can reply to them straight away. You can take calls over this as well. You don't need to pick your phone up at all. If we take the phone out, what it simply does is take off Samsung DeX, the phone comes back, and then it should launch us back into the normal version of Android. It's obviously just terminating Samsung DeX there. And there we go. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for some more videos.